Welcome to Pegasus Ticketing. Today we're going to sit down and cover the story of Pegasus Ticketing, why we built it, how we built it, the problems we aim to solve, and the impact we wanted to build for you, our audience, and your business. Let's start with introductions. My name is Oren Fanok. I am the CEO of Pegasus Ticketing.
And I'm Jeb Stewart, and I'm the CTO of Pegasus Ticketing.
Pegasus Ticketing was designed to be a reimagined ticketing solution for the future of your business. Through the creation, through the actual build out of this tool, through our pitch deck and design, through everything that we built, we had 4 key principles that we wanted to bring to all of our customers in the form of our ecosystem.
Yeah. And the first of those is to drive value. At the end of the day, these are businesses, they need to make money, but for some reason, it's become harder and harder with just the amount of information there is out there to actually know what exactly drives value. And we seek to distill all the noise out and leave nothing but the value. The second core principle that we founded Pegasus on is the idea of building innovation. And when we say building innovation, we don't mean looking smart, looking flashy. We innovate from the parts that actually, again, drive value. We make the most bulletproof, streamlined, easy to use system that will have your business careening into the future.
And then right in line with the innovation piece, which I absolutely love, the tech side of this is almost insurmountable in terms of how well we've built out this ecosystem. We also wanted to create impact. And what I mean by that is, this is all great. We built out all this beautiful tech. We built out all these systems, but we want to create impact for the audiences and the businesses that we serve. So making sure that what we're building is all about you, the end consumer, the end user, and again, giving you the most seamless, efficient, and cost-effective model you can have for a POS system. And finally, that brings me to our final and most important principle that harkens back to everything that we do here at Pegasus Ticketing, leaving flowers. We designed this ticketing platform to be better. For you as a business, a more seamless experience, a more user-friendly experience for you and your team with more accurate and insightful data than we've ever seen before. For your customers, a better experience when it comes to checking out, a better experience when it comes to redeeming tickets, and the entire process in between. And then finally, driving a positive impact on the planet and the communities that we serve through our built-in philanthropy model with Pegasus Ticketing. Now, I'd love to jump into the why. We built out this POS system. It took years at this point to get this project from start, the ideation, to actual completion. Why did we build Pegasus Ticketing?
Oh, man, how far back do we want to go with this?
Let's start at the beginning.
Well, before we knew a name or an idea or any of this kind of stuff, I want to go back to kind of my first real job. And I worked in aviation and as a mechanical engineer. And it blew my mind how hard it was to just get very, very simple answers. This multi-billion-dollar business is sitting on a gold mine of data that's living on people's local drives on their computers. 50 different people. If those people leave, a lot of time that data is just scrubbed when they scrub the laptop. I couldn't get a simple answer of hey, what's this part number? There's nothing unified. And so when we were trying to do a lot of the documentation, it was just nothing talks to anything, despite the fact that we've got this computer-centric world that's supposed to be about efficiency. We seem to be really stuck in the past of these disconnected, disjointed systems. And that was what ultimately drove me to learn software engineering and drove me to just always kind of chase better efficiency. And that and a much longer career path kind of took me down this path of finding these problems repeating themselves over and over and over again. And the problem that I ultimately found is the solution's not that crazy. It's taking some really fundamental principles and applying them in a deliberate way. And you can end up with a really, really robust product that does exactly what it needs to, not more. And it just gets the job done in a way that the way we imagine computers are supposed to work, this is how they do. And that's what kind of inspired us.
So I think that's something that we've lost today in terms of everyone wants this new, flashy, exciting tool. But unfortunately, sometimes these new, flashy, and exciting tools are just vaporware. They come out so quickly. They lack the basic functionality to allow you to do your job that much more efficiently or just that much more easily. I worked as a data analyst before a long time ago now at this point, before starting, Pegasus ticketing with Jeb here. And we used other POS systems. We used their data. We were using their data for analysis, for reporting, for visuals. And what we constantly ran into was inaccurate data, incongruent data structures, unintuitive ways to, merge customer files with sales files, multiple reports that could have been consolidated into one. It was just a myriad of unfortunate circumstances when it came to analyzing data that made it extremely hard for not only me to understand it, but for the business owners to understand it. I mean, my whole job was making sense out of this convoluted data. Imagine an executive, imagine a team that's already pretty stressed trying to dig through this massive just data dump and find meaning in it.
Well, and I remember the exact question that drove you nearly mad. Hey, Oren, how many tickets versus memberships did we sell this year?
We ran into so much headache with that exact question. We did not have unique identifiers. We were missing critical data pieces. We had inaccurate data. We had timelines that were overlapping. And on top of that, multiple reports all saying different things. It was so hectic. And that really comes back to the reason of why we started this platform. We looked in the industry, we saw the different industry options right now, and we recognized a need for something better. And not in the fact of, let's go out and let's build this massive tool with 5,000 different functionality pieces. It wasn't that at all. It was, let's go out, cut through the noise, and build something that is fundamentally sound, that does the critical POS systems with an added flair of some of the added features that we'll talk about a little bit later.
Absolutely. Well, and I love my analogies. And one of those analogies always goes back to like woodworking. And when you're trying to build furniture, which is a fairly straightforward, and I know I'm oversimplifying that. I'm sorry to any carpenters out here. It's a fairly straightforward task. What you don't want to start with is like a CNC wood router. Like that's complete overkill for the thing. You're going to spend more time fighting it, trying to learn how to use it, how not to break it, like all these things. And it's a huge upfront investment. When in reality, most people can learn to build furniture with a hammer, nails, hand saws, and just some good solid dry wood. And that's it. And that's all you need to build solid furniture. Now, down the road, of course, we want to get to the point where we can leverage that CNC router in a deliberate way to accomplish even more. But you really can't use that and use it appropriately until you have your fundamentals locked in.
And that's the essence of what we built here. A fundamentally sound, beautifully designed, intuitive POS system to revolutionize the future of you and your business and allow your team to do more with less with Pegasus ticketing.